はい。はい。お願いします。はい。だん。うっ。はい。サイド、サイド。はい。Deep shoulders. Circles. One way. Circles the other way. Right. Arms going forward. And going back. Front. Right. Sides. Right. Stretching one side. Then the other side. Cross. Change. Right. Close. That is a lucky.はい、反対。両方。1、横。はい。い、き、こ、き、こ、3、き、こ、そう。はい。It's up, forward, and down. Knees forward, back. Circles one way. Circles the other way. Out, out, down. Open your toes. Ki, ko, ki, ko, san, ki, ko. Hips. Hey, your legs. Bench. Hips. Change. Sideways. Lateral openings. Change to the side. Hey. Open your legs, lower your hips. Hey, gorilla walk forward. Gorilla walk backwards. Gorilla sideways. Gorilla sideways. And up. Down. Forward. Backwards. Sideways. Sideways. And up. Down. Forward. Back. Sideways. Sideways. Up. Down. Forward. Back. Sideways. Sideways. Up. Down. Forward. Back. Sideways. Sideways. Up. And down one more time. And grab it from the inside. Head up. Keeps up. Keeps down. Keeps up. Keeps down. Keeps up. Spine up. Head, shoulders, and circles. Inside. Go. Knee side to side. Lower one side. Change. Toes up. Change. Hands in front. Change. Bring legs. Elbows down. Hands back. Forward. Bring back. Forward. Hips up. Push into your toes. Line position. Slowly down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Up. And stretch back. Again, forward. Hips up. Push into your toes. Plank position. Slowly. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Up. And stretch back. One more time. Forward. Toes, hips up. Very close. Plank and down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And back. All right, let's do the next little routine. I have to confess, the next little routine, I actually saw it while also watching dogs and cats videos and silly dances. So I saw it out of the internet, but I saw this little routine and I thought, oh, that's actually a really good routine to combine three things, which is three good things to combine: upper body strength with a bit of core muscle exercise, and then finalizes with just one single squat. But the way we're going to do it is that we're going to finalize it with 10 deep squats. So now remember, with your deep squats, you can do several versions of the squats. You can just do part of the squats if your knees are not tolerating a lot. Ideally, try to see if you can do deep squats where your butt kind of goes as low as possible and you almost touch your knees. Now, if you can, the next one is to come on your tippy toes, to use your calf muscles. And if you can, the one that we're going to do, if possible, to isometric squat, which basically means a little explosive jump at the end. But depending on your condition and how you're feeling today, in different parts of your body, that may or may not be possible for you to do. So we're going to finish the sequence with 10 of those. But the sequence goes something like this. It's basically a push-up, and then basically a push-up, and in between holding, which is a core exercise. So now you're going to do a push-up and then touch your shoulder and put it down. You're going to do a push-up, touch your shoulder and come down. Push-up, you are going to bring your knee in and touch it in. Push-up, you're going to bring your other knee in, touch it in. Push-up, you're going to bring your toe. Push-up, bring your toe. Then push-up, okay? Raising your hips like when we were downward dogs and touching one foot. Push-up, raising your hips, touching the other foot. Push-up, coming back like a child pose but floating. Up, push-up, and then walking back into position, and then you do your 10 explosive jumps. Okay, so basically a push-up followed by shoulders. Okay, shoulders, knees, toes, upward dog, toe, toe. Now, child pose, up, walking yourself back, and jumps. Hopefully, it will make sense once we do it. All right. But anyway, I thought it was a good little sequence of a push-up, 10 push-ups with a core exercise. Remember, the more important thing with the core exercise, for example, even this basic idea of being on this position and touching shoulders, okay, which is the basic way of holding, is that your body doesn't swing. Okay, that's an important thing. The important thing is that your body don't swing as little as possible. Okay, when you are on one arm trying to touch shoulder or knee or leg, So try to keep your body stable as opposed to swinging it too much when you do your changes. Okay, that's what the core work is asking us to do. All right, so let's see if we can do this. So stay up with me. Now remember, usually with push-ups, and with this one, sometimes with push-ups you put your feet together, which makes the push-up more difficult. And this one, open your base a little bit because you're going to also need to touch feet and touch toes and things like that. So into push-up position, opening your toes. Okay, nice and slow. Let's have a look. So push up, touch your shoulder without swinging too much. Push up, touch the other shoulder. Push up, touch opposite knee. Push up, opposite knee. Push up, opposite foot. Push up, opposite foot. Push up, raise your hips, touch your foot. Push up, raise your hip, touch your foot. Push up, bring yourself back, forward. Push up, well, yourself backwards, and you're ready for 10 squats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. All right. Yeah, so hopefully that was more or less clear. Okay, little sequence of arm strength, core engagement, and finalizing with some leg work. Okay, so let's do it again. So down, your hands, your knees, both legs. Ready, and push up, shoulder. Push up, shoulder. Push up, knee. Push up, knee. Push up, foot. Push up, foot. Push up, keep, foot. Push up, keep, foot. Push up, back, forward. Push up, walking. And squats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Rest. So, all right. Let's go back again. 10 more seconds. 9, 10. Here we go. Hey. Push up, shoulder. Push up, shoulder. Push up, knee. Push up, knee. Push up, toe. Push up, toe. Push up, hip, toe. Push up, hip, toe. Push up, back. Push up, walk. And go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Down, please. So, bend your legs, bend your knees, and see side to side. So, extend one leg, bend the other one, bring to you. So, extend the other leg, then bring. Hey, both legs, bring. Hey. Toes, raise. So, legs down, cross, open hip. Good side, down, cross, open hip. Good side, cross, open hip. Going through and holding. So, good side, cross, open hip. Go through and hold. Down, down, legs forward. Hands in your head. Raising your head, raising your legs, shaking from your hips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Relax. One more time. Head up, legs up from the hips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Relax. Last one, head up, legs up, hips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Relax. Turning around, facing down. Now this one, scorpions, head, hip, turn. Down, leg, hip, the other side. Change, leg, hip, side. Change, leg, hip, the other side. So, up, back switch. Opening one side, and the other side. One side, the other side. One side, and the other side. Side to side. Very good, stand. All right, so grab a tanto, please. Tanto here. Hold it in your hand. This week, we were working on, or we're going to be working on this whole month, on trying to pay particular attention to the functional elements of our practice. And as I say, I was going to unpack a little bit how do we understand functionality, because it's fair to say that can be understood in multiple ways. What typically people think about functionality in a martial art is the quick and not completely uneducated idea that, well, does it actually work in a self-defense situation? So that's fine. That's one way of understanding functionalities. However, if you remember and see the way that I talk about it and the way that it's presented in our videos, in the website and so on, is not so much putting the emphasis on the self-defense application of the practice, which, as you know, Moreno Sensei definitely plays a very important part of the way he explains and expects things to work. But the way that I've tried to present functionality is more a little bit cross in the way that functionality is taught in more other areas like gyms and things like that, where you say, well, there are certain body movements that are a little bit more present in your day-to-day life, and those body movements are the ones that you need to be very familiar with, because that's where longevity and hopefully prevention of injuries and things like that can help that part. So Again, it just depends a lot from activity to activity, right? I was saying, for example, the classic idea that bicep curls are a great exercise for your arms, but they don't consider usually functional because there is no example in your day-to-day life where they are required. Picking, doing a deep sumo squat, for example, in a good way, is a great exercise for your legs, but sometimes it's considered a bit more functional because, it's more often than not that you may have to pick up something from the ground without stuffing your back or doing things like that. So those are kind of two extremes of functional versus non-functional. And then there are things in between. I was talking, for example, bench presses, bench presses with a bar. Are they functional or not? And some people will say, well, there's no action in your day-to-day when you will need to bench press, your weight, out of a bar. But for example, certain sports like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, something like that, they use that as a functional exercise because when they have somebody on top of them and they have to kind of get rid of it, there is a technique and there is timing, etc. But they also require a certain level of physicality, to be able to move another competitor within the same category out of their body. So that means that they need to be able to pick up, at least bench press their body mass, in a bench press exercise, to be able to do that. So anyway, so those are functional and non-functional, and then activity specific, you would say. So anyway, so for us, there are a few elements that are very important in our understanding of functionality. Number one is skeletal structure, the fact that your body, your muscle groups participate in an important part of your training, but the bunch of your strength, the way that it's presented, must come from good, correct skeletal alignment. So that's number one. Number two will be, for example, the correct use of your hips, okay, and the correct use of your spine. So working on those things, you can say, well, those are three initial ideas, of physical functionality, okay? Correct skeletal alignment, correct use of hips, correct use of the spine. So we did this exercise during the week, which basically was presenting, with my, let me do it. Hold on. Okay, so with the tanto pointing up, please, okay? So tanto going up, so presenting in front of you, so soto tenkan, keeping your tanto in front, lowering your body, okay? Bringing your hand, and let's say apply ikkyo omo, okay? So in front of you, and bring the body in, keep your arms in front of you, lower your body back, make a circle, and use your spine. So those three elements of skeletal alignment, use of the hip, use of the spine, can be more practiced through this exercise. So hand out with the skeletal alignment. Important to always remember, keep this hand in front of you. Keep the hand in front of you. Lower your hips, keeping the hand in front of you. Up, using your spine, keeping the tanto in front of you. Okay. Forward, over tenkan, lower, up, and forward. So now, as you know, this very important elements of practicing, being very disciplined in your solo practice to do certain things, and then the pair practice brings a check that is also important to do. That's why these two practices are necessary, both of them. None of them kind of thrive on one of them. Remember, when you enter and you do your turn, the most common problem is going to be that my uke is going to try to prevent me from having that hand in front of me. So if my uke simply pushes, I just yield with the push and I keep my hand in front of it. That's easy. Okay, I'm here, my uke grabs, my uke pushes, I just yield to the push and my hand's on front. That's not a problem. That, anybody almost can do that. The problem is when the uke don't pushes, when the uke pulls, that is when the situation kind of becomes problematic. So be disciplined to remind yourself that there is going to be a pull here, and with timing, with intention, with correct skeletal alignment, with timing, intention, and with skeletal alignment, it's really a combination of those three things is going to prevent your hand from being taken away from your center. Okay, so stay in front, be aware of that moment, back. step back, make a circle, and apply. Okay, enter, turn, back. Make a circle. No. All right. Now, the next part of being aware of and careful. So point number one, remember, this hand will be pulled. So intention, timing, structure. Number two, we're going to go back. And now we're going to go down into my squat. Remember, there is always a temptation that in a squat, on the way down, what we should not do is that the head leads, and on the way up, that the hips leads. Okay? It's very tempting on the way down, put your head down and then your hip, and on the way up, put your hip and then your head. It's kind of completely the other way around. On the way down, your hips lead. On the way up, your head leads. On your way down, your hips lead. On your way up, your head leads. Okay, so when you're in this action, you step back, try to lead with your hips. Careful to not lead with your head. Okay, so and in front with skeletal alignments, come back, leading with your hips up and using your spine. Forward, good leading, skeletal alignment, down, lead with your hips, up, spine. Good leading, down, leading with the hips, up, moving the spine. More. Turn, good alignment, leading with your hips, up, using yours. Okay, now the third part. Okay, so the first part is correct leading and not forgetting that this hand will be taken out of your center line. That's the whole point of training. Point two, that when you squat, ideally you lead with your hips on the way down and with your head on the way up. Good. Now number three is going to be the part when we use the spine. Okay, and just remember yourselves, Shisei, okay, which is correct, is the alignment of ears, shoulders, and hip. And that Shisei can participate in any part of this angle of motion. Okay, so we should always maintain Shisei. The problem with Shisei, as sometimes people understand it, is that Shisei should never move. Shisei is always vertical. So even if you're a little bit that, you are not a Shisei. And that's not necessarily true. So your Shisei belongs to the entire angle of your movement. So you can move, but you cannot look down too early. But you cannot crunch your shoulders too quickly, because that is not Shisei. So that's where the fine line is. The problem that happens when people start moving their spine is that usually their eyes go down and their shoulders go forward, or something exaggerated, right? So the Shisei is lost. Not because they are moving, but because they are not in alignment anymore. Okay, so but then we see that and we say, oh, moving is bad. No, moving is good. Lack of alignment is not good. Okay, so just make sure now that when you do your ikkyo, that your eyes don't shoot down too quickly, and that in this case, your shoulders are not too much in danger, but mostly that your eyes, stay loyal to the proportion of spine that you're moving, that they don't shoot quicker than your spine moving, okay? So keep alignment with your eyes, okay? So that's the third thing. So good leading, hips leading, spine, eyes, shoulders aligned. And leading, hip leading, spine, shoulders, eyes. Hip, lead, hips, eyes. Lead, hips, eyes. Lead, hips, eyes. Lead, hips, eyes. Yeah. So probably the last thing, and this is something that we did yesterday in the weapons class, okay? And we're doing it here, and hopefully we can also emphasize it here. In the weapon class, we did a series of exercises yesterday. One of them was a basic ski with the jaw, okay? So if you visualize it, you just grab your tanto, yeah? And then you visualize doing a ski. To the side, ski. To the side, ski. inside, ski. Like we do with the jaw, or you can just only use one hand, ski, 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 ski. All right, so kind of all of us get fanciful and fascinated by the shape of the hand, right? Like, how much am I thirsty or something like that. But the important thing is the position of the body. So in this case, you do ski, and you end up in this position, for example, right? So now, what I'm been saying about weapons classes and weapon use in general is that your weapon work must be congruent with your empty hand work, okay? Which means, if I create a shape in the weapon motion, where is that shape in my basic body art motion? And the more I can find that shape in my body art motion, the more congruent the work of these two worlds is. If I do a gesture in my body, in my weapons class, that I cannot find, or that I very rarely find in my body arts class, then I'm not practicing the same thing, I'm practicing two different arts. Now, if that's what you want to do, that's fine. But it's not the same thing, okay? So in this case, when Moro Sensei skis, for example, with the jaw and ends up in this position, we will say, well, that position is going to be the same in multiple moments of your practice. From Nuchi Ikkyo, here, controlling, Chikonage, cutting, Tatame Waza, when you press and you control your partner down, okay? Nikyo, when you enter and you go back into your partner down, and so on and so on and so on. So that posture is going to be in many places, which means that posture is congruent with the rest of your training. So let's just practice that. Extension forward, good extension of the back leg, weight forward on the front leg. Okay, so 1, change, 2, change, 3, change, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So, which means, if that's the posture that we did with the ski of the tanto, now we are going to do that as part of our last motion in your Ikkyo, okay? So, moving forward, turn, hips down, up, apply, breathe, and make sure you have a good posture at the end, okay? So, leading the hands, leading with your hip, keeping your eyes aligned, keeping your legs straight and in good posture. Okay? Yeah. A couple more times, please. Lead, lead, eyes, legs. Leading, hips, eyes, legs. Leading, hips, eyes, legs. Lead, hips, eyes, legs. That was just one. Okay, so that was kind of the base motion. Then we did many other techniques, Ikiura, Liminage, etc., etc. But the idea was to maintain that set of basic functional motions or movements present through the different shapes that then you make. Because they can be Liminage, Kotegaeshi, Ikiura, Nikyo, etc., etc. They all kind of carry the same initial set of movements with the urgency of paying attention to the same thing of the same concepts, just with different shapes and techniques. Okay, let's finish up with Funakogi, please. So, hands in front. Hey. Yee, ho, 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 yee, ho. Hey, right foot. Hands in front. Ish. Ye, sa, 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 ye, sa. Hey, go. Hey, go. Hey, hey. Arigato gozaimashita. Thank you very much.